Yes. Okay, we're going to do one more example of solving by completing the square, but this time things don't work out so nicely. Let's see where things fall apart, okay? So let's go ahead and start. Again, I like the 0 over here, so if you're ever given a problem with 0 on the other side, it doesn't matter. The first one we did had 0 on the other side. That's up to you. Also, sometimes you'll have C already on the other side, so then you just go ahead and start on step 2. But for us, we're going to move C to the other side. What do we do first? Minus 10 to both sides. Great. Minus 10, minus 10. I've got x squared minus 5x equals a negative 10 over here. Okay. Now, what do I need to do? Take half of b and square it. Okay. I think we're finding where completing the square isn't so... It still is nice, but here's the problem. When b is an odd number, now you have to deal with fractions. Yep.
Well, your answer would be 6.25 when you square it.
It's actually, guys, listen, it's going to be, this is one of those cases where it's easier to leave it in fraction form. I know you don't believe me, but watch. Leave it in fraction form. So let's think. Half of, and b is negative 5, by the way, so what's half of negative 5? Negative, don't go decimal. I'm telling you, it's going to be easier to leave it as a fraction. So,
2.5 negative.
let's negative 5 over 2, right? Half of any number is just that number divided by 2. So negative 5 over 2. So let's just do a little work over on the side. So I have negative 5 halves. Now I need to square it. What is negative 5 halves squared?
Negative 25.
No.
Careful.
25 over.
25 fourths. Guys, that's what I'm adding to both sides. 25 fourths. I know, it seems crazy. 25 fourths, 25 fourths.
Should we make that
Now, no, leave it exactly as it is. Leave everything as it is. Now, step 3, factor the trinomial. It will always be a perfect square trinomial. So, you need to find factors of 25 fourths that add to be negative 5. Turns out, there's a nice pattern. You don't actually have to sit there and think of numbers that multiply to be 25 fourths. Remember the pattern, guys. This is a perfect square trinomial. Right? So do you remember learning those patterns? This is always going to be x, same sign as that. In this case, it's a minus. And then it's just the square root of this, which was this number over 2. Yeah, it's just 5 over 2. On this side, yeah, you do have to worry about doing negative 10 plus 25 fourths. So let's just throw that over 1. That's really negative 40 fourths. Right? So negative 40 fourths plus 25 fourths. I'm just getting common denominators.
15.
Well, careful. It's what's negative 40 fourths plus 25 fourths? Negative 15 fourths. And you've got an x minus 5 halves squared over here. Now what do I do?
Get the square root of that.
Now I square root both sides. What do I have on my left-hand side?
X minus 5 over 2.
Yep. What about the right-hand side?
I don't know. Square root of negative 15 over 4.
What's that?
You can just leave it.
With a positive. No solution.
Thank you. Guys, it's a negative number. In this particular case, I'm trying to take the square root of a negative number. I can't. This one happens to have no solution.
So it doesn't cross the x-axis.
This one does not cross the x-axis, correct. We'll do an example. We'll do one more. I think we have time for just one more where this number is odd and it does cross the x-axis, okay?
Is there a way to solve it being no solution sooner?
Yes, we're going to learn that at the end of this chapter.